Hey, welcome to the Country Tree Talk Show. We get wonderful guests in for you today. We get King Moscow in the building. We get a producer, Lucinda, in the building, and our guests are on the way coming. So, welcome to the Country Tree Talk.
Welcome to Cotton Tree Talk with Mos B. Welcome to Cotton Tree Talk with Mos B.
Yes, I'm Mos. I see you to try for start up a new venture where now for promote and showcase we country talent them on Facebook. I just want to let you know, say you get me blessing 110%. Keep doing what you're doing and keep flying the green, white, and blue up high. God bless you.
See your mark, baby. Because of you, I dey go left. Where I for go right. Because of you, I dey say no. Where I for say yes. And I'm because of you. And I'm because of you. Because of you, if I didn't talk to me, I know they hear we left. Because of you, mind don't made up. And I don't want nobody else. And I'm because of you. And I'm because of you. I go left Palambo, 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 left Palambo. Because of you, I dey dance a zonto, tazonto. Because of you, I dey dance a lingo. And because of you, money no matter. So I go spend me last, and I know last. I go spend me last, and I know last. If you know what they get, they say I don't matter, they say I'm sober, I don't turn over. The way you love me, they make her the quest, they make her the chase, make her the high. Because of you. And I'm because of you. I go left Palambo, 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 left Palambo. Now they go know. I say now they go know. Say now because of you, because of you. Say now because of you, because of you. And I'm 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 because of you. I go left Palambo, 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 left Palambo. And because I go left Palambo, left Palambo, left Palambo, left Palambo, left Palambo, left Palambo, left Palambo.
Okay, welcome, everybody. Oh, I see you, Ibanez. Hello, welcome. Okay,
Hi.
we're just getting started. I'm really happy to
Okay.
have you here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for respecting the invitation, and I'm really humbled to have you online.
Nice. Thank you.
Ja. Ik wil een beetje Nederlands spreken. Het is heel lang tijd. Ik heb niet Nederlands spreken.
Ja, dat hoop ik. Hoeft niet hoor, het is goed zo. Engels is ook goed.
Is ook goed, ja. I tried, ik probeer om in muziek van jou om te downloaden, maar speelt niet ici.
Oké.
Speelt just de foto.
Can we switch to English, please? Must be.
Yeah, okay. So I will try to have another one, but thank you very much for being with us here. And King Moscow is, maybe we will start to introduce ourselves. I know you don't have much time. Today is your birthday and you have other things to do. We'll start from you. Maybe you can introduce yourself. From there, King Moscow can introduce himself as well.
Okay. Well, I'm Ibernese McBean. I live in Holland, near Rotterdam. And I know Joseph from way back, from a long time ago when I think we had a gospel gigs in Holland.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes, and I'm teaching at the conservatory in Rotterdam, and also I work a lot in Belgium. And I'm also vocal coaching the candidates of the Voice Belgium and more TV programs. So a few TV programs, I work as a vocal coach.
That is so awesome. Yeah.
So that's it. And I of course I sing also, so I do a lot of projects, and I work with a lot of artists, and also do my own projects with orchestras and jazz. I have a jazz band, so I do a lot of nice stuff. I'm very happy, and I'm very glad that I can do all these nice things.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Thank you very much. And a lot of people really wanted you to stay for long, but I told them that you are very busy today. I said maybe we'll have you next time.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, I told them that you will be here just for 10, 15 minutes with us. Next, we have our King Moscow from London. Yes, sir. Can you introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, well, I'm artistically known as King Moscow all over the world. Born Sierra Leonean, a true Sierra Leonean, and international and recording performing artist, traveling from place to place, entertaining people, portraying the pride and beauty of Africa, especially Sierra Leone. And I've been places, and I'm still going places. Yeah. So that's me, recording and performing artist. Actually,
so
from
awesome.
the village of Hastings in Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Okay. Oh, that is so awesome. My mother lived very close to there. I was there last year December. I was there. I have to pass through Hastings to go to Yamswam. That's where my mother lives. Yeah.
You know family.
Yeah, so I'm really happy to have you here. And we have the producer here, Lucinda. Maybe you can introduce yourself as well.
Hi, Ibanez. Welcome.
Hi.
So nice meeting you. Thank you for sparing the time, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the evening. I know you will.
Thank you so much.
I'm Lucinda Bonsel. I'm a Sierra Leonean, Franco-Sierra Leonean, and living in France. And I'm also a founder of a socio-cultural association called My Beautiful Heritage, and I'm helping out with Mosby and his project where necessary.
Great.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, okay. So also to Ebenezer McBain, since she doesn't have much time, she has to leave us very soon. We just want to maybe you can share with us a little bit about your experience with the voice, because most of us we are artists, you know, and we are always trying to make it in life, and we know the voice is a great platform for you
Yes.
to present your project so that the world can hear and know more about you. Don't know if you like to tell us a little bit about it, you know.
Well, I think it's important to realize as an artist that that like TV is TV, so it can work for you in a very good way, and it can help you get to places you maybe normally wouldn't get. But just be aware that it's like you use that platform of TV, and of course they also have something. They need from you. So as long as you find the balance in that cooperation, and you don't, because sometimes I think people enter such a program or like
Yeah.
the game too naive, and they expect a lot. But I think it's very
Yeah.
important that you enter the game or the TV program, that you have like a balance in your head. Like you
Okay.
try and get as far as you can, and use the opportunities given. So you learn a lot about, and you get vocal coaching, you get performance coaching, maybe some dance, and you do a lot of activities, and you learn how to work with the camera. So, but on the other hand, you should also be available for them, and at one point it's gonna be over. So just be aware of that it's like a journey you take. And of course, I think it depends also on the country you're in, because I think I don't know all, of course, I don't know all the countries. I only know my own work field, and that's in Belgium. And I know the production team is really very positive and they really want the best for the candidates also. But I'm sure it's not everywhere like that. So just be aware that it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can use it, but be smart in using it, the platform.
That's right. That's right. And for is the voice Belgium, because I see people living in the UK going all the way to United States to be part of the voice, you know. Is Belgium also open for, like, for example, talent who live in France, who live in Holland, who live in Germany? Are they welcome?
Yeah, I know that in the beginning, because now we are doing the 7th season. I know in the beginning it was very strict, but I know that now it's a little bit more loose. So I think, if you have a good voice and you can come to the audition and you're flexible, even if you're from France or another country, you could try and participate. You can always try.
Okay.
But of course, it depends on the circumstances in how far you come and in the program.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's really awesome. And another question from me, maybe it would be like if artists who are trying, I don't know, the voice, it doesn't exist in countries like Africa. Why is it only in Europe and United States? Are they? I don't know. Maybe you don't know. You don't have the answer about it for it. Well, maybe I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Well, actually, I didn't even know that it wasn't, because of course it's a format. It's just a TV format that has been sold to all these countries in the world. So I think it's been sold to maybe 70 countries, and I know that it's also sold into India, and I think Bangladesh and maybe Sri Lanka. So it's also sold to other parts of the world, not only the Western world. That's what I know for sure. So, like the voice of Saudi Arabia, I think is even there. So I have no idea why it's not. Is it nowhere in Africa? I didn't know that. Is it
I don't think so.
I think it does exist in Nigeria, though. My question
in Nigeria,
is,
the voice exists.
I'm not
I think it's
100%
I
sure.
think it's another version. I think it's a different version.
It's still the voice.
It's called.
It's still, the voice. It's still the same gameplay. In your opinion, Ibenez,
Yeah.
what are the common factors between these countries that have the voice, that have purchased the franchise of the voice? What is the structure that is existing in these countries that you would advise or could be adopted by the other countries who would want to, go on and have this show in the respective countries?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer that. I just Googled it, and The Voice Nigeria is on Google.
Thank you.
It even said the best of Voice Nigeria, so I think it's in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So it's just like all the other TV formats. It's of course all about money.
Mhm.
So if the country or the TV station has the money to buy the format, and I think because it was developed in Holland by John de Mol, that's like a TV producer and very famous TV producer in Holland. So he how do you say it? He invented the format, and then he sold it to all these countries. Like, do you know the program Big Brother?
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Wait, sorry, yeah.
No problem. It's okay.
The you know Big Brother?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This was also invented by the same guy who invented the voice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's John de Mol, and he's from Holland. So I think that if you buy the format as a TV station in a particular country, and you work with them together, because I know the one of the bosses, not like John de Mol, but one of the lower bosses, because he also comes to Belgium, and sometimes he tells me stories about his trips to Sri Lanka and Bangladesh and India. So I know that he goes to all these countries to help develop the voice in those countries. And he also told me that in every country it's different, of course, and also the resources are different. So, but I know that the people from The Voice, they go to the countries and they help if it's needed. But of course, you, as a country or as a TV station, you have to buy the format. And of course, I don't know how that goes, because I'm not into that business.
Okay.
But it's not impossible. So,
okay.
Does that answer your?
Yeah. Thank you. I think one of the reasons why these countries do have access to this is the willingness to cooperate with the international core, and also the existence of unions, effective unions that would also embark on projects. Because if there's nobody pushing forward the entertainment industry, then there's this reluctance, and I think these countries are taking bold steps, and there are also investors who are willing and ready, but also because they see that there are resources in these countries that are willing and ready to cooperate, and putting behind the fact that, all right, this is a very risky venture we're taking, but we're taking it anyways because we see there's a structure, whether the structure is well planned or not, but there is a functioning structure.
Yeah.
I think this is
and I think you're right to say about the investors. Of course, it's all about advertisement also.
Yeah.
If there are enough advertisers who will buy time, Of course, I don't know how it is in different African countries, but I know you have also like a whole structure of TV and programs, and so and I presume you also work with like commercial TV stations.
Yeah.
So that has to be in balance. There have to be enough advertisers, and there will be enough advertisers if they know enough people will watch the show.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Because we
You're
even
correct.
have Big Brother, but that's a whole new dynamic, you know,
Yeah.
because Big Brother
Yeah.
is different people coming from different where, you know, trying to win the populace. Whereas The Voice, they are artists, and it has a whole new ripple effect, you know, from the artists and the willingness of different parties coming together, the willingness of the investor, looking at the situations in hand and stuff. So maybe we'll get there, but Nigeria already is there and trying to continue with that. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. You want to comment to that? Okay, no problem.
No. I'm agreeing with Liz.
With Lucinda.
Liz.
Yeah. Her name is Lucinda. Okay. So King Moscow, do you have any question for her, maybe? Before she leaves the house?
No, I just want to say happy birthday to her, first of all, you know.
Thank you.
And also thank you very much for taking your time on this your special day to come and join this package that must be. And also Lucinda putting up together, you know. And all what she said, she's 100% correct. Because the voiceover, yeah, I've heard of The Voice as well. And it's more like a talent show where you go and portray yourself. And you have judges all over the place who assemble and then check you out on what you have to deliver. Because you have the Voice of America, the Voice of Australia, the Voice of UK, you know, there are so many of them. You see, you have the Voice episode online, which you can also Google. So so there's a platform for you to go and portray whatever you have to portray.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm always amazed at the Netherlands because it's a small country, but they are so creative, you know. And, it's a small country, but a lot of things that you know maybe exist in the world maybe originated from the Netherlands. You know, that's why I'm not living there, but my heart is always in the Netherlands because they are super creative and really I really admire their brain. You know, really. I never knew that this originated from the Netherlands.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that John de Mol, who you know, who how do you say it, who put the program together, he was already a very big TV producer in the Netherlands, but because of The Voice, he became even bigger all over the world because his name is everywhere. You can see all the voices in the world. At the end of the show, it says, I think executive producer or whatever, John Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yes.
And I was really happy to study in the Netherlands at Kodat University, and I think it's one of the best as well in the world. I think so.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it is. And whenever I can testify of this, I'm now living in France. But whenever I go on a concert, people ask me. People, even in Germany, people come straight away. You took some lessons. I say yes. Where did you do this? I said in the Netherlands. Yeah, we can hear the difference. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was really humbling to. I think we have some questions here from the people. I don't know if you wanna read them before you leave us. JD Mami from the UK. He said an artist talent manager makes sure that the artist business runs every day, just accurate to their vision. His day-to-day job is to oversee each component of the artist business operation. This includes, okay, touring, recording, publishing, record label, Manchester television, etc. Okay, I think he is responding to our question of today.
Yeah.
Because our topic of today is the manager and the artist.
Yeah.
It was about management. Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. But I do think, I don't know how you think about it, and maybe also King Moscow. I don't know about Andrea. Usman wants to get in.
Yeah, he wants to get in. Yeah, he's a guest. Please, Lucinda, can you help? Please. Yeah, can you help him, please?
I do know, Joseph, I do know that nowadays,
Yes.
I think it's a little bit, except for the really big artists, but if you are a little just starting or just trying to find your way in the artist world, it's not so easy to find a manager who will do everything for you, I think.
Yeah.
Well, here in Holland, Belgium, it's not so easy, I think.
My
Right.
question.
So you the artist, so you the artist, you have to also work as well, right?
Yes, I think so. Really.
You have to work hard yourself. Okay.
It's not how it was like 20, 25 years ago.
No. Okay. Yes, Lucinda, you want to ask a question?
Yeah. Ibanez, you said managing with the artist, right? And
No.
Not managing, coaching.
You do some coaching.
Yes.
Okay. And in that line of responsibility, the artist, in order for the artist to get there where you want that artist to go, they have to. There should be a relationship. Can you describe the kind of relationship that should exist, like you as a coach and the artist? Because the coach is the one that is preparing the artist. Let's just take a step away from management, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Because to become a whole artist, there are so many segments that are coming together. It's like cooking rice. Before the rice fully cooked, there's the pot, there's the fire, there's all the segments coming together.
Water.
And a result, which is the cooked rice. All right.
Yeah.
And the stomach is just there to I'm just here. I just want my belly to be full. So let's take your segment, which is the coaching part. What relationship should or must exist between you and the artist in order for both of you to realize that effect, that impact that you are working towards, which is getting the artist ready to face his audience to do what he wants to do?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. I think especially as a vocal coach, because I'm a vocal coach, of course, I know a lot about like the voice and technically how it works and how I can get the best out of that voice. And that's like on a technical level, like vocal cord level. I know a lot about breathing and about posture, about the muscles in the body that can help. But apart from that part, which is very important, this part is also very important, like the mental part that you, because a lot of times when the artist is with you as a coach and you help them technically to get to that note they find difficult, the step from my safe environment of the coach and the artist or the singer to the podium and do the same thing. So get to the high note in a safe, healthy way, like they get to the high note in the safe environment that I prepare for them in my when they have a singing lesson. That's also very important, of course. So I have to prepare them mentally that they can also that they have enough trust in themselves and their voice, that they can do the same thing on the podium, also in relation to their audience.
But so trust also in you that you are working towards their betterment, right?
Sorry, one more time.
but also trust in you first of all, because you
Of
are
course.
working to better and better them to better themselves.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
it's better
absolutely.
that,
That's the basis.
yeah.
That they have to trust me as a coach, but I think they will come to me because they know that I'm a good coach. So they come here, and when I give them tools to work on the voice, and they feel, if she says, I didn't know that, and she says that I have to, like, for example, I have to not strain, but I have to relax. When I want to get to that high note, we have to move. There's a lot of movement involved, or I have to work on my breathing, and it works. Of course, they will have more faith in me because what I tell them will work. And then it's important that they embrace those tools and
Yeah.
use them on the stage.
Yeah. It's
And the more
important.
they do that, the more trust they will have in me and in themselves, of course.
Kimasco, care to join?
Yeah. For me, when you look at the management and artists, it's like a departmental store. The manager is there as an overall, but you also have to employ several other specialists in other departments to take care of things.
Yeah.
For example, she just mentioned on the vocal section. Yes, you got to have someone who is professional enough to train you for you to know how to portray your voice, the type of song that you're singing, whether it's a ballad song, whether it's a sorrowful song, whether it's a jump up and dance hall song. You need coaching for that, and you need a coaching manager. Your general manager doesn't have to necessarily be that coaching manager. He can appoint someone to do it. The same applies to the artistic director who is in charge of your show when you're going to do a live show. For that particular venue, that manager is responsible for all your requirements whatsoever for that particular show, which has nothing to do with your personal manager. Although your personal manager must have a clue, it's like a GP, a general practitioner. He's not a specialist in several areas, but he's got a
Yeah.
general idea of what's going on. And all those ideas is to secure the interest of the artist. Because at the end of the day, that's the product that you're selling. So you have to make sure that you get the best out of everything. You also have to make sure that every people in all those various departments are doing their utmost best to portray the product that you are putting in front. Because you, as the overall general manager, you have to get the praise from the artist that you've done very well for me. In terms of dress code and stuff like that, the manager might not have a clue, but he might hire a designer who might be a fashion, whatever it is,
Fashion
to
guru.
actually take care of that department.
Yeah.
You see? And the same applies to in the technical requirements that you need. You need a technical manager, someone who knows exactly what the technical requirements are. So that's a technical manager. And that's got nothing to do with your general manager. But he should make sure that he gets the best for you.
Yeah.
Me as an artist, from my own angle, I've got my artistic director, I've got my musical tutor who is actually coaching me how to portray my voice in whatever I do, in the type of songs that I sing. And that's Colin Spratt. You all know him. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He's my
Okay.
musical director, you see. And I listen to corrections, you see. So in every department, you have individual packages in different sections that will take care of things that are specialized. Like the example I gave, like a general practitioner. If your leg is hurting you, he might give you a painkiller tablet, but then he might send you to a chiropodist who is specialized in that department. You see? Just like our birthday lady. If you've got vocal problem, she is there to coach you on how you portray your voice. Whereas the manager is taking back step. And as a producer promoting your products now, you need someone who is a production manager who knows how to sell your merchandise, who knows how to produce your merchandise. So the general manager should be able to identify all these people and say, yes, these are the package. It's a teamwork. It's not just a one-man job.
Yeah,
What
That's
agree.
my take on that.
What's the relationship between what should be the relationship in all these compartments? What should be the global relationship in order
I
for these
think
compartments to these interdepartmental compartments to function as a whole?
what
What
I
should be
think
the common factor?
what I think should happen. I always say this: we need education. When an artist comes to the manager with his products and he wants you to manage him, you can actually put the manager to the test to see whether he's capable of fulfilling all the essential requirements. But if the artist himself doesn't know what the essential requirements are, then he is vulnerable. You see? So that comes under the heading of education. You as an artist, what are your aims and objectives? What do you want to achieve in life? You see, we should know that. And the manager.
No,
Okay.
no, don't go to Mexico.
Okay. We have to let go, Ebenezer. I know she has to go. I just saw your message. Your family is waiting for you. I thank you very much. I tried to play your song, but
That's okay.
I will get. I don't know why. This is the one I download from YouTube. It's beautiful,
Yeah,
but
no,
I can have. But there's no sound. Yeah,
that's
maybe
that's okay. Next time. So
next
let
time.
me know next
Yeah,
time. I found it very interesting, Joseph.
yeah,
So thank you so
yeah.
much for
Okay,
asking me. I really had a good time. Say bye to King Moscow for me. And
okay.
thank you so much.
Bye, Venice.
Thank you
Bye
very much,
bye. And
Ibanez.
see you next time, eh?
Thank you very much. See you next
Bye.
time.
Happy
Bye.
Bye.
birthday. Have fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Bye. Yeah. This I don't know why there's no sound on the songs today. This one too, no sound.
Mexico is gone, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the internet. Okay, let me play another song, and this song also is not playing. Even this one is not going through.
Well,
So there's one of our guests trying to get in. I've resent him the code again. His name is Commander in Chief, but he's really fighting hard to come in. Okay, let's have a break while I try to get CEO inside. Commander in Chief. Let me see what I will do here.
Welcome to Cotton Tree Talk with Most B. Welcome to Cotton Tree Talk with Most B.
Yes, most I see you to try for start up a new venture where now for promote and showcase we country talent them on Facebook. I just want to let you know, say you get me blessing 110%. Keep doing what you're doing and keep flying the green, white, and blue up high. God bless you.
Hello, everybody. I am Alpha Izifa. Here with me, I have a brother, a Sierra Leonean musician, a talented guy. He passed by to my place for a visit, so we just decided to have this video. And I want to use the opportunity to ask this guy to tell us about him. He has been doing well. I have the opportunity to have him today in my place, so I want to gracefully use the opportunity and get some words from him. Anyway, can you tell our viewers your name and what happened? What do you come to do? Where you are presently?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, it's a great honor to be in your place.
I appreciate
You
that.
know, you are a great and talented brother.
I do appreciate
Yeah.
that. I do
So
appreciate
for
that.
me, it's more than an honor
Ah,
than you think. But it's more honor to be with you, really.
I do appreciate
Yeah.
that. I do
So
appreciate that.
Fambul the name must be. Yeah.
Okay.
Me a singer-songwriter.
All right.
Okay. I'm a musician. I live in France, and yeah, done do some records before. Done do some few albums.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep on doing the game.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, from Naif from Mr. Musbi, one of Sierra Leone best musician in the
I'm humble.
in Western Europe, and we appreciate your work. And most people don't listen to your songs, they watch your videos, and they give you so many credits, you know. And but again, I just believe say you feel like saying all the credit you get from the people. Is it your people or other nationality? The credit you get more. Like, more you don't do your work for. Is it on the international world or to your people?
Yeah, well, I start music back in my home country.
Okay.
Because everything has a root.
I know.
Yeah, that's the root. But you know, I get a lot of compliment from my country back then. But people not the fire not been spread much.
Okay.
Understand? I've been just the grab up, the land, the try to see me way. So I get more. Clock today must be is right here. Must be.
Okay, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I see CJ Mack in the building. King Moscow is back. I know it's the network, right?
Yeah, the thing, technical problem, you know.
Yeah, because what you were touching on a very, very good subject, and we were really enjoying it, and then we miss you. Okay, so
Yeah.
would you love to continue?
Yeah, I can't even remember where I was now.
Okay, no problem.
Anyway.
Then let's get to the subject matter, because today we're here to talk about about management and artists. We respect all the managers that have been there, working hard to make sure that the artists are well presented. And we are talking mainly concerning in our country. Understand? There are a lot of managers who have sacrificed a lot, and they have tried their best and pushing their artists. But still, sometimes maybe you may have some artists, some managers out there that only want to be seen rather than the artists. So this is the topic that, thanks to official Mama Salone, who gave us this subject. He wanted us to talk about it. Now we can go back to Creole. The artist or the manager would therefore be the superstar.
Actually,
And this Skin Masco, your question. This is the question for you. This is the question for you. The manager or the artist would therefore be the superstar.
Yeah.
Well, now one great superstar day when I know the artist.
Voilà.
And the manager in job now for make sure say that artist as a superstar in star shine brighter. Not the manager if you star for shine brighter. No, the manager they take a back seat and push the artist before.
Okay.
Because the artist nine star for shine right at the top.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you say this is not a problem at Salone, if you say some managers can try for the overpower or over superpower past the artist. I don't know.
Well, me answer to that, any manager will try for take the artist in position, he hasn't got the managerial skills. That manager needs to be remanaged by somebody else who knows better than him.
Okay.
That's my take on that. Because if you have, say all the dirty work of the artist, now you for do them. The artist want water, now you for run go find water for them. The artist want bread and akara, now you for run go find out for them. Whatever the artist require, you get for make sure say the artist is comfortable. Now you do all the legwork for the artist. But if you want to put yourself at the forefront of the artist, then you're not qualified. For me, personally, you're not qualified enough to be a manager. I might be wrong. I might be upsetting some few people, but that's my idea. That's my opinion.
I get a question, Masco.
Yeah.
You as an artist, who say you did today, that top level where you did. You not just springboard and go there. You go through.
No. Yep.
You go through a lot of hands, them, I think, and you go through people will manage you, will streamline you, or take you outside you did. You
That's
as an
correct.
artist, wetin you feel say na you role for make let that relationship dey work? You feel say the artist and the manager therefore dey different side. The manager for discover wetin the artist dey do apart, and the artist discover wetin the manager for do dey do apart, or there should be like a coordination, a teamwork.
It's a
Wetin na you
teamwork.
think?
Then therefore work together as a team. But first of all, the manager get for know waiting at the
Hello,
artist.
Onodanka.
Hello.
Oswald.
Yeah, the manager get
Oswald.
for know waiting at the artist in requirement.
Sorry, but
And
mommy,
he get for
see the
work
program
for
they
what
go
he
on.
has to do.
I beg, but Oswald.
I think there's another call interrupting, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, mommy.
Long and short of it all.
Now we want the long version, King
Oh,
Masco.
now wait, please. Okay, sure. Sure.
Well,
Please, mommy, on the
always
phone I
at the
use,
talk
yeah?
for
On the
now.
cam, I love you now.
Now
I can't wait for
the
soon. I'll be on
experience
the
what I
phone I
don't get
use.
in life.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
phone I use,
The
okay.
experience what I
I
don't
can't end
get
the
in
show,
life,
yeah?
I think I don't learn a lot what I share now with people. Yeah. Managerial section is separate from the artistic, from the artist. But the artist get for work with the manager, because the manager get for know what the artist want, and the artist get for know how the manager they portray him. In terms of performances, then the manager get for know the kind venue where if for put in artists then. Not to all side, it just get for sending artists for go. The newspapers the way they write about the artist, the manager get for know and waiting and get for write about the artist. You see, the television station the way get for appear, now he get for do all the leg work then they. But the artist himself get for know whether not to in detriment or not. You see,
All
because at the
right.
end of the day, the artist's own reputation is there at stake more than the
Mm-hmm.
manager.
Indeed.
Because the
Yeah.
manager can leave that artist there and go manage another artist after I
That's
don't
right.
damage that artist there.
Indeed.
So the
It
artist is more important than the manager,
that the manager. Yeah.
you see,
Well, like
because
me
there are
as an
so many
art.
fishes in the water. And a one
Yeah.
grain fisherman,
King Moscow, like me as an art, from what I start, I'm not ever get manager. Everything you see out there, it's me. Understand? So everything,
right?
I never get a manager. So not every artist really. Okay, we get our other guests from the Netherlands. Yeah, Stanley.
Doing? How you doing?
Oh man, welcome, welcome, welcome,
Thank you, man. How are you?
welcome. Thank God, thank God. I'm really happy to have you here.
Yes,
Yeah,
brother.
so you just met us. We are here. We are still talking about these management issues. You know,
Yeah.
there are some artists who started without a manager and they made it to the top, and there are some artists who need a manager. So, do you really need a manager in these days? I just want to ask you straight away because I know
Yeah.
you don't have much time again with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what you want to achieve. I mean,
But
if
anyway, sorry. Let me introduce you to my panel. King Moscow is an artist from Sierra Leone. He lives in the Netherlands.
okay,
He
How
is
do?
one of
I
the
doing?
he's one of the pioneers, one of the great producers in Sierra Leone.
Nice.
And Lucinda Basel, she is just coming into the entertainment, and she loves the music entertainment, and she's trying to see how she can help and boost artists like us. So Ibanez was here, and our other uh, guest is here, but he doesn't have a camera. All right, sir. Stanley, yes, sir. You can continue.
Yes, it depends on what you want to achieve. I mean, if your goal is to have someone, I mean, to get more work and to get more contacts, then there are different ways to do that. So I mean, like for example, I have a manager, but the only reason that I have a manager is because I'm getting lots of different jobs, like producing jobs, performing and everything. And because it's getting a little bit too busy, that's why I have someone
Busy.
to
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I
Okay.
have someone to help me out, like with the planning and everything. But do you need
Okay.
a manager? A manager? I mean, at first I didn't need a manager. I was doing everything myself, and it was going just fine. You know, I think one thing you have to realize is when you have a manager, first of all, a manager works for you. It's never the other way around. You know, the manager
That's
is
right.
working for you. So basically, you're hiring someone and to do your work for you, and for that you give a part of your fee. Like it can be between 10 to 20%. You know, 20% being the most high rate. That's the normal rate for a manager. Um, and it also depends what a manager can do for you, because of course if you hire a manager, then the manager should have extra contacts that can bring you further. If the manager doesn't have that, then there is no reason to have a manager. If you have contacts of your own, and the contacts are worth more than having a manager, because basically the manager, the only thing it's going to do is help you out, like to support you, to plan your career, you know, to talk to other parties, you know, like for example, to talk to labels, to talk to venues and everything, to take that heavy load from you. You understand? So
Okay.
and sometimes it does happen that a manager comes along and says, you know what, I got lots of money. I would love to invest that money in you being an artist. But then you have to watch out with that, because of course a manager is never gonna put in money without expecting to get at least twice that money back. You know. So if you do that, then you have to think twice, and you have to talk to the manager like, okay, but how are you thinking of making that money back? You know, because that's very important. Lots of folks, they go and they sign with a manager that comes in with a big car and everything. Like, you see this, I got money, and then they're blinded through all those things, and then they go sign a deal without even reading the deal very good. You know. And that's a terrible thing. First of all, every time you get like a contract, you need to bring that to a lawyer to check it out, and not just a lawyer, a music lawyer. You know, someone that has the know-how regarding the music business, because there's a different kind of lawyer than the normal one. You know. Many artists even they also don't know what they are entitled to get. Like for example, if you make a record and you wrote the song, maybe you even produce a song, you know, there are flat fees that you can get. There are royalties that you can get, you know, and all of those things are very important to know. I mean, if you already have those contacts for yourself, then there is no need for a manager. A manager should only be an extension of you. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's well said. I don't know. Skin Moscow, do you have a question?
Well, I will agree with him up to a certain extent, because when you said you don't need a manager, originally he mentioned depend on your aims and objectives. You see, the more busier you get as an artist, writing, recording, and performing, the less time you manage yourself. So who's going to manage you at that time when you are the recording studio and probably you got a phone call that's coming in for some negotiating deal?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to cancel that studio appointment whilst you're there doing your vocal and say, oh, let me deal with this? No, you'll hand it over to somebody else who will deal with that. You see, luckily for me, I had a manager and I had a managerial team. He mentioned teamwork, yes, which I stated earlier, which you actually need. And one of the members that he mentioned is like a music lawyer. That's part of the package. So you got to have all these people in these various areas, with the general manager alone has got a clue, but not a professional in all those departments. Yes. 37 countries I've actually been to, portraying the pride and beauty of Africa. It's through my managers, not through myself. I can manage myself, but I'm limited. When I'm sitting down recording and writing my music, and there's a negotiation in Brazil, I need to fly out there to go and sign contract. Okay, now you can do it online and stuff like that. Things have actually improved nowadays. But there are times when you need to go and visit the venue because pictures sometimes tells a lie. You need to go and see the venue and stuff like that. The manager does all that on your behalf. Whilst you concentrating on your program, your choreography of your acts, your rehearsal with the band that you're actually going to perform with. All these things are essential. So if you say you're going to manage yourself and definitely avoid the manager doing all those things for you, you're going to be bombarded with so much work that you're going to become blocked. Let's be honest, you will be. Because you got to write your music, you got to choreograph your dancers if you have, you got to structure everything, you got to go to the recording studio, you got to make your costumes, you got to do your negotiation for this deal, that deal, those deal, whatever you have to do. You're bombarded with work. So you need to share the responsibility. But the managers got to know what they are doing. Not just anybody to just say, I'm going to manage you. Now, the manager got to know exactly what are the requirements of the artist, the aims and objectives, and also he himself got to have that professional skill of saying, I'm portraying this project, and this project is priceless. And you are the artist.
I want to react to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you listened good to what I said, because right now you are talking about someone that has a career, like a good career going. Let's be honest, not everyone has that. So, so as I said, being an artist, many artists think I need a manager now, and I'm going to work and great. But many artists don't have that much of work yet. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you can do something yourself, especially from
CJ Mark, you are on.
Yeah.
Welcome,
I'm sorry,
welcome.
Please, I cannot see you guys, but you know.
No problem. It's okay. Well, we can hear you. That's important.
I agree with you. If
yes,
on a small
I didn't finish.
Scale,
I didn't finish it. Wait a minute. So when you get started, because I've been doing it for 30 years already, so I know that. When you get started as an artist, many artists make a mistake of immediately go thinking that they need a manager to move on. You know, I have a manager now. Why do I have a manager now? Because I have a lot of work now. You understand? So other things you were saying about venue and dancers, many artists should feel lucky to have that, because many artists, they don't have it yet. So as you get started, you can do a lot yourself. I did a lot myself. All the contacts that I have, I did myself. I went to America, I went to Africa, I performed with lots of artists all over the world, did it myself. But
going everywhere, you know.
When I, now that I'm seeing like, okay, you know what? It's getting a lot, you know. Now I need a manager. And why I need a manager? To plan the things that I already had. And now, like I'm saying, a manager can be useful, but a manager is not the primary thing. It can be useful when you get a little busy, like you said, like you being in a studio and like doing real good work, not like going to a studio and make a beat and go home. Now, not you're like a producer that's really doing lots of work. You're a performer, like you said, maybe you're performing with dances. You don't have time to go to venues. So in that case, it's great to have a manager, you know, that knows what he's doing, of course, that knows how to do with the venue. And don't forget, the manager is still working for you. That's the big mistake that people are doing also. They're thinking like the manager is the key to success. No, that's not true.
No.
The manager is needed as soon as you get you have too much work to handle on your own. So my advice, but it's purely me, because maybe for someone else it works differently. My advice is the most things you can do yourself. That means you don't have to give nobody 20% of nothing, because you can do that part on your own. When you get to a certain place that you're thinking like, you know what, now I cannot handle this anymore, I need someone to help me out, then you're going to look for the right manager to help you out, to plan everything for you to get into a further stage. But starting as a starting artist, thinking like, oh, you know what, I'm going to start now, I need a manager. We can do that, but my advice would be just build first. start to build, look around, because sometimes you also have people that don't have directly the managerial role, but they do have the contacts, and you can make like freelance deals with them. Like, hey, if you arrange that for me, you get 20%. Let them work and go to venues. Before you go saying like, I need a manager now for life. That's the only thing I'm saying.
I want to come in to this discussion because I'm looking at both paths. Okay, I'm going to start with you, Stanley. You saying that you only got a manager now because you're established and you're overloaded. Okay, so I'm going to take that example from you. You being the artist, okay, you need the manager. Do you think that is it fair or is it right to the manager that you, the artist, could put something out there, all right, without the knowledge of the manager discovering that thing at the same time as your fans? Should it be like a teamwork, something, because you have an overload? That is why you went out of your way to get a manager, right?
Yeah.
Now, as from the point where you have said to yourself, I need somebody to help me with the load work, whatever, from that point in time, whatever, I think, in my opinion, whatever you are planning to do, whatever you had planned that was in the pipeline, you should bring that manager in it, and it should be a teamwork. And the manager should take on your dirty work, because that manager is going to be your ambassador, who is going to take the slack for you, who is going to stand in for you. But the artist we are talking about, for example, in my country, for example, or somewhere else, is that they are making use. It's good to make use of this, the new innovation, Facebook and the fan page and stuff. But hey, whatever you are putting out, let it come from the house, okay? So that, because imagine you put out something and somebody knows the manager and say, "Oh, this is this," and the manager is like, "That should not be the case."
Did this happen to you? Is that your question? Because to answer your question, to answer your question, because I think you had a question. I'm going to answer it for you. If you have someone, just to answer your question, yeah,
I'm saying that there should be, for the artist that is already established,
yes,
and has realized on their own that they need somebody in their team. I'm saying that should be a teamwork.
Always.
Teamwork,
and to answer your question,
I'm saying that the artist that has not yet been established, but
okay, let me answer now.
Their career says, okay, I need a manager already. I'm saying that it doesn't matter what stage of your career you are, for as long as you reach out to people to be on your side, you should work with them. That's what I'm saying.
That's also a question, I think. Okay, to answer your question, again, because this is another discussion, that this is not the first thing we're talking about. First, we asked, like, do you need a manager? And that is like I said, that is something, it's personally, and you have to decide for yourself. You don't, from my opinion, you don't need a manager from the start to get started. You need a manager as soon as there's a lot of work. Now, so that's what's the first part. The second part you're saying now, of course, if you have, and the thing is, if you have a manager, because I do have a manager, then you have agreement. And in the agreement, you set up everything. It's a bonding deal that you make together. And it's very important that we work together, because most of the times you have managers that think like, you know what, I'm gonna sign a deal. The artist will get only 10%. I'll get 90%. You do have those managers too. But so if you sit together and you make a nice deal, once it's on the paper, of course, it's a teamwork, because without teamwork, you cannot make your career move on, of course. So my advice would be to set everything on an agreement. Then you know, like, what are the things you respect from one another. And if you're lucky enough to find a great manager, because me myself, I had like 3 managers before I had the right one now.
Awesome.
And you know, sometimes you have to get to know each other, you know, and see
That's right.
what's
I love
the way
that.
what's the
way forward?
that the manager is working, you know, because you also got lots of managers doing this, blah blah blah, and at the end they cannot do anything. But if you find that one person, or maybe you know from other artists that manager is a good one, you know, then you can start working together. You sit down, you say what you want, because don't forget, a manager always works for the artist, not the other way around. And then you can sit down, and if you make a deal with a manager, you sign an agreement, it would be very stupid to go around and do things on your own, because if there is a good agreement, you'll have a problem, because in the agreement it's said that from that point you sign, everything you do should go through the manager. The manager will be the one speaking for you. Like, for example, if someone call me now, like, hey, we got a performance, you know, they do that a lot. I say, oh, great, fantastic. Here's the number of my manager. Give him a call, and then we'll see what's gonna work out.
And Stanley, I think it's very important when, for example, when a manager comes to your life, to know who you are, because some managers come, they pretend as if they have been there from day one. Understand? They pretend as if they are the one who have done all the work for you. Understand? They pretend as if you never existed. But they should know that you have been working your butt off all the years, and they have to get to know who you are personally before they could start to work with you. But they want to start like forgetting your history. You understand? CJ Mark, welcome, CJ Mark. Let's hear from CJ Mark. CJ Mark, please, Lucinda, let's CJ Mark speak. CJ Mark. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. You know, this is a very interesting conversation. You know, I've heard you guys a lot, and I think from my own point of view, it depends on the contract that you have with the manager, you know, or the management that you're working with. Because at the end of the day, everything that you want, everything that you're supposed to do, and the do's and don'ts is in that contract. Yes. So in that case, there's no need for the artist to do what is not supposed to do,
exactly,
you know, or the other hand, the manager. Exactly. You understand? But for me, I think the basically, like, the most important reason for an artist to appoint a manager or get a manager is to look for somebody that will seek your interest. You understand? So your manager is representing you, your interest. So many cases, you know, you find out that artists and manager issues, I mean, range up because most times, you know, one person or the other want to go personal, you know, like they started seeking their own personal interest. Maybe the artists think that this I can do it myself. I don't need to contact my manager and do this, or I can go ahead do. You understand? So it's just how you two can complement each other, but mostly because the manager is working for.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Mostly because the manager is working for the artist. You know, so I would say, you know, there's more on there's more responsibility on the side of the manager than the artist, because you are working for the artist and you have to make sure that everything that you do, I mean, the artists have to be satisfied, you know, based on what is in the contract, mind you, you know. So, but for my own experience, like being in Sierra Leone, most times, you know, there are most of the fights in the industry is between artist and manager, because people fail to understand their roles and responsibility.
That's right.
You know, exactly. So because of that, there's a lot of fights. Why you shouldn't do this? Why you do this? You shouldn't do that. You understand? I'm managing you, so I have the right to do whatever I want to do. All of those issues, you know. So basically, it's just a matter of contract for me. In a nutshell, you sit down with the manager, you talk, you know, what you expect the manager to do, the do's and don'ts, you put it in the black and white, you have it as a contract, and you kick the ball rolling. That's it.
I think the key word for me, I think the key word is communication. Okay,
Always.
because because especially in the case where you are an established artist, you have already made your pot of gold. You are well known on the platform and everything. So of course you've got your own address book. So maybe people who before now never knew you were doing your stuff on your own. So there are of course your address book who goes, the contact mapping is directly to you. But you as the artist who have taken upon yourself to say, okay, I need a manager, it is your job to do the redirection and say, hey, yeah, I was doing this all by my own, but now I have somebody who is taking off the load. And little by little, you are drawing that person inside to do your dirty work and to do what you cannot do anymore, to delegate stuff to them. That doesn't mean that that manager or whoever it is stepping on you. That just means that well, it's a representation. I'm sorry, it's outside of outside of the house. It's a symbol. It's a signal that there is unity. That the manager and the artist they are in union. Because when that contact mapping, when that your contact goes overhead. Jumps over the manager and goes to the artist and say, oh, I spoke with your manager, this is what the artist would already have been in the know and say, yep, this is what was decided. And it's also the reverse. If the contact goes good, goes overhead and goes directly to the manager and says, oh, I spoke to the artist, he says so and so, because people are always looking for greater this, you will say yes, because there is this one accord. And this is the symbol, because there is communication between the manager and the artist, because there's one accord, whether there has been a contract signed or whatever. You can have a lot of MOUs signed, but if there are no respect, there's no respect between the two. If there's no coordination, there's always going to be friction. But if there's one information coming from the house, then there's this unity going on. The artist wouldn't discover on a platform or somewhere that, oh, I have to perform. When my manager didn't tell me what am I gonna do, I have other plans. And the manager likewise couldn't discover the artist had written something and is like, oh, what is this? I have to do this, you know?
Okay.
When a unified communication.
King Moscow, you want to say something?
Let me just be a devil's advocate now, yeah?
Yeah.
From both angles.
Yeah.
Let's say you haven't got a manager and you've just started, you're doing everything by yourself.
Yeah.
You've negotiated with a venue to do a performance. You've agreed on the fee and what XYZ, whatever you've agreed with the venue.
Yeah.
You haven't got a manager. You arrive at the venue and one or two of your priorities were you should have a couple of bottles of water before you start your show, a couple of bottles in between, and a couple of bottles after the show. And you're organizing all this for yourself. You're now in the back changing room.
Right.
Hold on, you're now in the back changing room. Yeah? And you're ready to go on. Your bottles of water are not there. What are you going to do? Are you going to walk across the venue all the way to the manager of the venue and ask him for you are the artist and you're managing yourself. And after the show finished, you walk straight into your changing room. Who is going to provide the refreshment for you? Are you going to leave your changing room and walk across the venue, the audience, to go and ask again, say, oh, I thought you're supposed to provide this for me?
Again, I think...
what will you do in that situation?
I can tell you that from my experiences, because this is another discussion. I love it. It's nice. The thing is, it depends. Again, if you have a lot of work, you know, and you cannot handle.
You've just started.
One second. And you cannot handle it, then it's nice to have a manager. And if you have like one first job, and you want to have your bottle of water or whatever you want to have, normally you send that through an email, and then you'll get the a confirmation of everything, you know. And it can happen also with a manager that so someone didn't get that email, you know. That is great. What I used to do is when I was performing, I always had someone with me. Because I wasn't gonna walk from one room to another, you know. On that day, as being an artist, of course, you want to have the relaxation, you know, before the performance. So I always had someone with me. wasn't a manager, but it was a tour manager. You know the difference, right? Because you have manager like the one organizing the stuff, and you have a touring manager.
A tour manager.
Sorry.
And a tour manager
you came in late on the program because I mentioned it was a package earlier. That it's like a departmental store. You have the general manager and you have the other managers who are specialized in specific areas.
Exactly.
We've already covered. We've already saw you came late, but we've already covered that. But now, as an individual artist, you haven't got none of that, and you're just working on your own. Until
my advice would be, again, if you're gonna do a performance, never go alone. Always have someone with you. If you call it a touring manager or a good friend that helps you out, it's the same. You know, if you have like a group of let me give you an example. We have you know Frena. You know who Frena is?
Yeah.
Well, I am the singing teacher of Frena. So I from the beginning, Frena had no manager, but what he had was there were a group of proud African men, you know, together. There were like five guys. When Frena had a performance, he would go into the room, and his friends would deal with everything. He didn't have a manager yet. He only had his friends driving for him. Today, he's a well-known artist, and all his friends come with him. And of course, he has a manager that deals with everything. But before that, he didn't have a manager. He had his friends, and he built up on his own. So to give you an answer, always have, my advice would be always have someone to come with you. You know, because when you go perform, just perform. That's what you gotta do.
Well, I will summarize that by saying he's always have a managerial team. So he's always have a manager, because he had all the friends that he was working with and asking them to do things. They were doing the managerial duties.
Of course.
Well, it's called a compliment. It's called a compliment.
Yeah.
What
it's not a manager. They accompany you. I have an association here in France that they are not managers. They call it accompagnement. That means they accompany you to with your project, but they are not your managers.
Yeah.
They just accompany you to your project.
To me, a manager is someone you have an agreement with that whatever you do, you know, it's on black and white. All the deals, like CJ also said, you know, you have everything on paper. You know what he has to do, and what you also have to do, because it's a two-way street. And like Andrea said, it's a teamwork, of course. But by saying that you always need that person that has the management as his job, you know, I say in the beginning you can do a lot by yourself, and by yourself I mean, of course, if you go to perform, you know, you'll see like, you know what, hey Joseph, do you have anything to do? Hey, you want to join me? And then he joins me. You know, that's also a way. And then if you realize like, you know what, this is getting like every weekend I'm planned and everything. Ooh, I cannot make it down. Then you go check like, hey, who's a nice manager to guide me? And I also know people that only started with a touring manager. I mean, the one just driving the car. Do you know? Do you happen to know Shirma Rouse?
Yeah. Oh, me no.
Yeah.
I
Shirma.
She's a great singer.
Yeah. Until today, Shirma does her own management.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. The only thing
all she does.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's awesome. She's very good at it, because
and she's a very big artist.
Yeah, because back in the days, I used to call her if I had, you know, some things, some issues. I'd call her, because she's like very strict with that. But the only thing she has is she pays someone to help her out, like with planning some stuff, because Shirma performs like 4 times a week, you know. So it's getting crazy. But still, she's primarily doing her own thing. And she told me, like, you know what it is? She said she loves to have a vision on everything she does. That's for her.
Right. That's
me myself, I know now if I would do it without a manager, for me now, I'm kind of like a little how you call that, messy sometimes with planning. So then I know, you know what, I'm not gonna do it myself anymore. because then I'll forget, like, hey, last week, I have 2 or 3 production things going on, so I know for myself I need a manager now. But like Sherma, she's someone, she puts everything, like, just really strict, so she can do a lot alone. But of course, she also has like a touring manager, or just freelance managers helping her out.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
I think if,
Yes, Stanley. And CJ, please. I know that. Please, can you? I know you work with Artists for Peace. I know this subject is very, very important, but you were not at the start. Maybe you'd like to introduce yourself for the people who don't know who you are and what you do. We know that you're a great artist. I just played your song, but we'd like to know the other things that you do. Please.
yeah, once more, everybody, hello, I am CJ, Salonian Afro Pop R&B artist. I'm also the chairman of Artists for Peace. Artists for Peace is an organization that came together during the 2007 elections in Sierra Leone to combat peace, and also to promote peace and development in Sierra Leone. It consisted of over 50 artists and dramatists and comedians and so many other people. Actually, my own, first of all, I want to say big up to the big man, the big man himself, King Masco, enough respect, and Mr. Stanley also,
Respect,
Lucinda, respect. From an artist for peace point of view, it's much more easier, for me to operate, because what we do is we actually don't manage the affairs of artists. We look out for them. We make sure that we put together initiative, then we bring them on board with contract, and we take them on tours. We get them on recordings, mostly, on a particular project. So we are always selective as to who we are working with at a particular time. It's not like every project that we have, we do work with everybody. We most times decide to work with certain group of people at a particular time. But the main criteria is for every artist that we are working with, should not be it should not be partisan, because the issue that we are dealing with is very critical. We are talking about peace building, and in our society, if you belong in a particular political party, you cannot talk to the opposite, group. They don't even want to listen to you. So we always try to make sure that we look out for artists that are not partisan, that the people can from both sides, people can listen to. We get them on board, and we've worked with so many local NGOs and also international NGOs. We started with UNDP, UNIPSIL, and we are partnering with NEC, the National Election Commission.
Election Commission.
Yeah, and we PPRC also, Political Party Registration, Commission, with a couple of other institutions that's in line with elections and peace. So that is exactly what we've been doing, and this is something that I deal with on a daily basis, because most times when you work with artists on that level, they think that you are managing them. If you started providing shows for them, you bringing up, recording for them. You understand? So me, I make it clear from day one that, listen, if I'm gonna manage you, I manage you on this project. From here to there.
That's right.
If you have a management, you come with your management, or a manager. We discuss, this is what we are going to offer. This is what we expect of your artists. We have that agreement, and we move on. Then after which, you are free to go on your own and do whatever you're doing, as long as it is in line with the principle of the group, which is being, non-partisan. So, the issue of management is one of the major problems in Sierra Leone over the years. It's like for Sierra Leone, most artists, I'm telling you, it's funny to say this, but most artists don't know the role of the manager. You understand? Most time what I see here is people call their CEO, they call them manager. Sometimes promoters, they call them manager. And people that are putting money on their career, they call them manager. That is common here. Yeah, so we have to go all the way, on radio, TV to let them understand. Look, come on, that is not your manager. Your manager works for you. The person you are working for is not your manager. You cannot call him or your manager. So that's why I said this topic is very, very important, and I think it's something that we should bring down to say.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to continue with this.
You understand? So people understand. And if we start to get that particular point wrong, then imagine how the effect of it on a large scale in the industry. So that is what we are facing here right now.
CJ Mark, I wanted to ask you quickly, since you are living in Sierra Leone, what is the percentage that a manager can ask an artist? You got me? Hello? Okay, CJ?
There's heavy rain in Sierra Leone.
Okay. Well, let me take this.
I have to go.
Yes, sir. Before you go, Stanley, let me play your song, please. Stanley is a great singer. Which country are you from originally? It's
originally from Curacao, Caribbean.
Curacao. Yeah, yes. This guy is from Curacao, but trust me, he's an African in heart. Let's hear your song. Wonderful song.
I feel African.
Stanley Clementina.
So awesome.
What was the
This
music
guy,
about?
you are coming to Sierra Leone. You know,
I hope so. I hope so. I hope
I've
so.
been trying to bring
Take
you
me there.
to bring you to
What was
Sierra
the
Leone. You are
music
coming
about?
there.
What was the music about?
Kom maar heen. Kom maar heen is a termite. You know what a termite is?
Yeah.
Yeah, termite. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Insect.
basically this song is kind of it has a naughty twist, but without saying it, it's like termites, they love wood, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm singing like this girl is like a termite because she loves wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But kind of like in a funny way, because in Curacao they love if you have a song and a song could be interpreted in like both ways, like a little kid could sing it and it'll be normal, but when a grown up sing it and they think like, hey, you know, and in Curacao they love things like this. It's like, yeah.
So thank you very much, Sally. My kids just arrived from London.
Nice.
So since Corona started, I didn't see my family only now.
Oh
because
no!
the road,
Wow.
Because the road was blocked. So
Wow.
Lucinda, I will leave you to finish the show, please. And Sally,
Before you go, any last words from you?
Yes.
But thank you very much for. I mean, I love talking about these things. It's nice, and you always learn from each other. You know, it's nice. And yeah, I would. I mean, a couple of times I was in Africa. I was in what was it again? Gambia, the Gambia, yes.
The Gambia. Okay, it's just very close to Sierra Leone.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I was there, and I loved making. And the thing I loved was that the music. I mean, in every style of music, like from Suriname, Curacao, you hear Africa. You know, everything, and that's what I'm trying to teach my people. Like, hey, our music is from Africa. You know, so accept the fact and just embrace the fact that you're Africans. You know, because sometimes people go like, no, I'm not African. Yes, you are, and you should be proud of it. So I was when I was in the Gambia, I made music with I have a video, a nice video. Joseph, I will send you one time. I was singing. I was singing in my language, and the man was singing in his language, and it sounded the same. It was so beautiful, you know. So I hope to reconnect more with my people from Africa.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Lucinda, before I leave the show with you, Stanley, I want to thank you so much for taking your time with us.
You're welcome.
And I hope I can invite you on a full show. And as I told you, I want to bring you to Sierra Leone. I told you this for a long time.
Let's go,
because
brother.
This guy has everything. He's a producer.
Thank you, man.
He knows what is mixing, mastering, what we lack in Sierra Leone. So I really would be happy.
Take me.
To bring it to Sierra Leone. And then next week we will have also Commander-in-Chief. He was trying to log in, but he was not able to join us. So I will leave the show with you, Lucinda. Thank you very much, Stanley.
Thank you very much. You all have a blessed day, and take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Through all this Corona craziness, please be safe.
I tell you.
And God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. CJ Mac, thank you very much. King Moscow, I really thank you. I leave in the hands of Lucinda.
No problem. Thank you very much for having us, man.
Yeah, but I'll be following the show. I tried to play your song, but I don't know why there's no volume. This is a song of King Moscow. But I will try again. Yeah. And
CJ Mac, baby. Because of you, I dey go left. Where I for go right. Because of you, I dey say no. Where I for say yes. And I'm because of you. And I'm because of you. Because of you, nobody let me talk to me. I know they hear real life. Because of you, mind not made up. And I don't want nobody else. And I'm because of you.
Okay, that was CJ Mac. Lucinda, will leave the show with you. CJ Mac, the other song, another volume as well. So I tried. I don't know why they don't allow me for play this new song, you know. So now the old song I play, but a beautiful. Thank you very much. I love you guys.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for having us, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. CJ Mac.
I haven't got too long as well because I've got another Zoom meeting.
Yeah. Anyway, for Kimasco, I would just ask you to say your last word, and then I would say my last word, and that's it. Yeah.
Well, you see, regarding the artists and the managers where they talk about, you know, I think it goes back again to the under the heading we make you always mention, which is education. Everybody needs to be educated for let them know the directions where they want for go, you know. Because apart from that, as you say, you get plenty people then just call themselves manager for the sake of saying I'm a manager. Others call themselves artists for the sake of saying I'm an artist, you know. So like my friend now, me non-biological brother, Chichamp, he gets a musical studio and academy in Freetown where they teach people them a lot of things. Probably they should make an appointment, attend, make them start teaching people about the basics, you see. And without the basics, you're going to give yourself wrong title where it's unnecessary, you see. And when you pass that on to the next generation, that's what they're going to believe. But it's incorrect, you see, because in terms of management, you have different departments of management. But you got the overall, as I said, the example I gave earlier, which is like a GP, a general practitioner. But then you got others who are doctors too, but they specialize in various things. You got a heart specialist, you got chiropodist, you got the other who specialize in kidney. Yes, but they're all doctors. But then you got a general one who just gets a rough idea. That doesn't mean that he's a specialist. But for make the team work, you need everybody together under one package. That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, your last word to una with the out there, whether you're an artist, you're a manager, I just to make a resume of the discussion we don't get so far. Now, whether I start with you, the artist, I want to let you know, say, when apart from the time where you decide, say you need help, somebody na you corner, you need, except that person then na your brother or your sister wey say na family business, you no need for pay me. But from the moment where even if na you party them say where they drive you around, where then they work towards your achievements for let you go achieve your career as an artist. From that moment, say make sure say you get small writing na paper say where you go drop me for me show, I go give you 20 loans. Let that man they know say at the end, at least even if now you best party now all the mellow, but it get 20 views. That you don't engage them, that na one. If at all you na artist, you don't say you don't go high up na the ladder without being managed, but then you realize say you want a manager. Whatever you status, let unity dey. Respect the fact say now you don't ask that person there for come on your corner. So whatever you want for do, una or two do and together. Whatever you dey plan, bring a come inside. If you be don't plan other things, then you dey take that person there as your manager. Make that person they know, because now only way that person they go know what thing you want for do, go know you plans them. Now it go able for structure your future with you. Now it go able for work with you. But you cannot make say, okay, I want you for let you go work for me. Even when you na boss self, where you the manage, where you na boss na office, you get team. The team you give them directives, you delegate to them. The team now they go discover now other departments what in they work for be. The team now I make them get team meeting, then get coordination meeting, just for let at the end of the day, the project so una want for work on, where it go succeed, na teamwork. So whether you na the big man or you na the small pikin, the broom self it gets in your role for play, because then go make that place stay clean for let people that can't sit on there. So you, when an established artist, you when an artist where just kind of the game, it no matter you level where you dey. Once you don't realize say I need person for help me out, make let that person they be na you corner. Draw that person there in and explain to him what you want do, how you want go about them, what you aims and objectives. Listen, sometimes that small sense they were instead go talk, una two together, una go bind, and from there that you sense, and from that in your nonsense, una go come out with a super sense, we go work for you good. Because at the end of the day, for me, the question not all the artist and the manager whether a superstar. For me, the question is the artist and the manager, what in the kind of relationship way for exist between the all two. Waiting the artist ready for sacrifice, especially that one we don't establish itself. Waiting how much of in establishment is ready for say, okay, ma allocate now to the manager. And you the manager, waiting that you sacrifice for push this spot in here so go before. Because now too at the end of the day, now the artist that you want for promote. At the end of the day, now the artist that you product. That you products that you they sell na market. Not to you when you get products, not to you they go sell. Now the products that they sell for let people then buy. So the artist that are the product. But before that product they come at the market, the house for work and the house for work together. Be na mi own thing no more than the where I want for talk long time. Una good night. Una thank you, King Masco. Thank you very much for come on. Yeah, for come on the show. Thank you so much. Sorry, say we'll not start the show quick, and sorry, say we been get another panelist when EZK, when Sierra Leonean artist, also established artist based in France. We be supposed to join with, but it just right and say very sorry, it was offline, so it probably not able to come on. But we hope say maybe next time we'll go program. And thank you so much, the King, for coming up.
Thank you very much.
And we're gonna keep up the good work. Yeah.
Yes, big brother. Thank you so much. I go love for being in touch with you. Sir. I go love for being in touch.
No problem. Anytime. Yeah. You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Because
right, stay blessed.
Now big one then. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Lucinda. Hey, CJ Mark don't come. CJ Mark. I'm not saying at the internet. Hello, CJ. Lucinda not going to because CJ just come back. Hello?
On the show.
I know. Okay, well, stay. Everything happened for a purpose. CJ. Okay. I think so. We can go off now. I think so. At the internet.
Well, yeah. CJ, you probably the hearing we. If you the we will not the hearing you at all. So we want for put the show to an end because all the guests then don't go. We know say you get a lot for talk on this subject here, and this subject here will probably go continue on the following shows, and because that it gets for deal with the entire structure backbone of the entertainment industry. And the more way people then go understand the rules, the roles and responsibilities, them the limits, and how to go about the delegated tax. Maybe the better the entertainment industry that SALONE go come up and succeed, and also that go spread out to get a ripple effect. So the artists them all over the diaspora when with Sierra Leonean artists them. So hopefully next time we'll go line you up for let you go come, and we'll hope say you go don't get the connection problem go rectified.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good night.
Good night. Thank you very much, everybody. Right now, they're in seventh heavens for receiving family.
Stanley, Clementina. See your mark, baby. Because of you, I dey go left. Where I for go right. Because of you, I dey say no. Where I for say yes. And I'm because of you. And I'm because of you. Because of you, nobody let me talk to me. I know they hear we left. Because of you, mind don't made up. And I don't want nobody else. And I'm because of you. And I'm because of you. I go left Palambo, 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 left Palambo. Because of you, I dey dance a zonto, tazonto. Because of you, I dey dance a lingo. And because of you, money no matter. So I go spend me last, and I know mine. I go spend me last, and I know mine. You feel what they get? They say I don't matter. They say I'm sober. I don't turn over. The way you love me, they make her the quest, they make her the chase, make her the high. Because of you, and I'm because of you. I go left Palambo, 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 left Palambo. Now they go know. I say now they go know. Say now because of you, because of you. Say now because of you, because of you. And I'm because of you. And I'm because of you.
Welcome to Cotton Tree Talk with Most B. Welcome to Cotton Tree Talk with Most B.
The thing goes and it's too long. You forget the time.
Oh, there is wrong. No, to see you, my son. Yes, sir.
Mommy said it doesn't. President is not speaking now.
Yes, we can make it. Oh, my baby. You're a big boy. You're all big.
I'm a big boy.
You're all big.
What is this? Does this use my head?
Yeah, it is beautiful. So come. Also interested, not just the camera. Hey, this is new. Yeah. Mommy, you put news. Oh, this is news. Finish the news file. That's me. Yes. No, not this one. Which one is that? I know what to do. You don't know from yesterday. Well, please, off the computer. I need to watch a movie.